When I discovered this, it blew my mind. What's that, you ask? New special forces? We have rangers. Check them out. He's got a tree and push-ups and hiding in the long grass. New special forces allow you to attack urban, forests, and even jungles with insane attack bonuses. Not only that, because you've got a new branch of special forces, you have access to more special forces attack modifiers. Can you see this? And this? And this? Oh, and even this. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Modifier stacking is my name. Modifier stacking is the dream. Some of the attributes you can stack here are insanely OP. This could be a guide or a demonstration. I will show you how. Set your eyes to stunned. The starting steps. Clickety-clickety-click. Select the eye, merge them up, convert them over, change to local autonomy for more compliance. Garrison is fine. And prioritize garrisons. Oh, a faction goal. Joint research practices or institute joint command. This one's pretty much an easy one. All you can do is research stuff, which you're pretty much going to do that anyway. Assign admirals for a reason that we probably will not take advantage of. Also, classic. Where do you build? Where should I build? Where's the best place to build? If you put buildings everywhere, then you can find out by sorting them by the ones that got the most building slots. And that way, you know the most productive ways to build your infrastructure. The way infrastructure works is it has a set cost. If you get more bang for your buck, if you build in the areas that have extended building slots. In this case, Wales, Yorkshire, Lancashire, West Midlands, and Greater London. There we go. And then we do the building. Perfect building order at the start of the game. Excellent. You are going to start off with a little bit of girder and a little bit of spanner, and you are going to migrate onto the Ranger template, which initially has attack bonuses and defense bonuses in jungle and forest. And the attack bonus is 20% for jungle. Wow. That's huge. If anyone doesn't understand what that means, it means the attack penalty you get for jungles is significantly higher, so this mitigates a more larger portion of that penalty, which almost borderline ignores the penalty. Excellent. Doctrines are very important now, so I'm going to try and prioritize for a land-based army, but try and get all the doctrines. That is good to begin with. Limited rearmament. Boom. And standard merge up the Navy and merge up the Air Force. Just send the ones off the carriers as well. I just don't care. 5 speed. Let's go. Exercise the entirety of the army. Let's go. And if you want to min-max as Britain, the easiest thing to do is just to sell everything that you just don't want. Truth behind it is we start off with a lot of old planes, but we're not really going to be prioritizing planes. Sell equipment. Let's sell a bunch of old convoys. Actually, not all of them because it breaks our supply network. Sell them nice and expensive to begin with. Auto sell. The market opens and it is a very aggressive bull market. We are going to min-max the supply meta. That means we're either going to do Grand Battleplan because you have access to logistical focus, reducing supply and fuel consumption, which is very spicy. Or alternatively, you can also do the same with superior firepower. As you can see here, one of the milestones is minus 10% supply consumption. So to be fair with you, either one you go for is a straight up win. Honestly, it's just personal preference. Do you want your damage to be raw with stats? Then go for superior firepower. If you want planning bonus to project your power, which will have a slight advantage as long as you got max planning, then go for Grand Battleplan. In this circumstance, they are both good. Exercise the entire fleet, and we will run out of fuel in 8 days, 7 days. Not a lot of fuel to go around. The meta of Britain is to wait for the Spanish Civil War, send in Natasha, get some more support, and then go for partial mobilization as early as possible. They have changed a lot of the numbers, though. There is a chance that those numbers might not work anymore, but we're about to find out if that's going to be the case. Soft attack, soft attack, soft attack, soft attack. Defense, reliability, soft attack. Steady as she goes. Followed by home defense, which gives the war support. I see Germany. I know what they're up to. I see Spain. And I'm going to send them an attaché. 3, 2, 1. And yes. Stop building relations. Gain my war support. I game here for war support and nothing else. Now we can partial mobilize. But only partially. Got a lot of fuel now, so exercise the entire fleet. This is probably not the most cost-effective way of doing this. I suppose we could try a way of doing it more cost-effectively. And what you've got to do is take off all the big chips, all the chunkiest ones. But the problem then is you go from 1.3 XP per day down to 6.7. But you can hold the fuel for longer. So maybe in the long run, someone do the math on that one. It might actually be more cost-effective to do that. I don't know. Someone do the math. Spreadsheet boyos. Deploy your spreadsheets. I actually have a really bad tank division. Do you know what I actually fancy doing? Breaking them off and just exercising them permanently. And then we gain a little bit of armor XP. Very important to focus on tanks, even if you're not going to go for tanks, because you get this milestone of reinforce rate. Breakthrough is not something we're not going to take advantage of because it is a tank-only tactic. But the reinforce rate's nice. So, why not? Prepare for the inevitable. Army events. Now we've got ticking XP. Very important for the build, because we need army XP for two things. One, our sub-doctrines. Secondly, to unlock rangers. 60 XP per focus. And here we are. Rangers are unlocked. 3 trees hidden away. No army here, guys. They're just trees. Innocent trees. Are we all just innocent trees? Assign your miles on. Don't do what Dave does. Assign them on. Because they give you nice attack bonuses. Don't forget about your anti-air too. Very important. Crucial. Seen as with modifier stacking, probably going for engineers are going to be worthwhile. Then we're also going to end up with logistics at some point as well. And because we're not focused on air, having trains is going to be worthwhile just to prevent being swarmed by casts and fires. Duplicate, add artillery on. This will gain us a little bit of XP for our second sub-doctrine. So right now, what we're doing? We're mid-maxing our sub-doctrines. So if you look really closely now, we're getting XP for exercising infantry. We're getting XP for exercising support equipment, in this case artillery. Light tanks, okay, not a lot. Actually, very, very little for the tanks, but we'll come back to that. And operations, we're gaining loads as well because we're doing a bit of everything. Operations is good for everything. You're going to have a military. Surely you're doing military operations, right? All right, still some guns on the market as well. We have way too many guns. Maximum price too. Means they're less likely to shift, but there's always going to be someone who wants to buy guns. Oh, and they literally buy all the guns. They went on the market immediately and they immediately sell. Well, point proven, right? FeedBackGaming is looking at naval engineering facilities. I wonder why, but I'm coming back to that later. Hey, listen, if you know my channel, okay, you know what I'm going for. Tell me in the comments what I'm aiming for. You know it already. Grand Battleplan expert, doing an extra bonus to anything that is Grand Battleplan related. It's kind of the only railroad aspect of doctrines. You can pick any one you want, but there are certain advisors that are locked behind certain countries. Trains now have armor. Queue up a few more mills. Okay, we've reached the point where we actually have borderline too many. So how are we going to do this? The meta is still to try and do the switch trick. So you can have unlimited special forces. So you create a single horse, which is very useful for garrisons. Then to top that off, you make a more ideal ranger division. I wonder if there's a way we can make rangers cheaper. Yeah, the tip of the spear, 50% cheaper. We're not going to do combined arms. It is purely going to be a ranger division. And the bigger you make this division initially, the easier to switch over. However, switching back is a little bit more trickier, so you are aware now. Do you know what would be kind of cool? Is if not only these slots were blocked out, but also these ones were locked out. Or maybe even these ones too. And as you progress down the doctrine, you gain more slots, so you have the ability to extend your divisions. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? I know you guys hate railroad mechanics. I can hear you screaming in the comments saying, "No, Dave! I don't want that. That's not what I want." I love you guys. There we go. Boom. That's the division. That's the one. If I were to train these divisions, I could make 2. Well, just 2. However, if I were to make my army artificially larger by going for the big infantry division, I could train, instead of 2, no, still 2. Whoa. Is there a chance that Paradox have patched this glitch? I'm getting that vibe. The division is bigger now. Let's actually wait for him to get larger. Oh my goodness, boys. Has Paradox already done it? I'm going to leave a bad review now because they fixed a bug. That'll show Paradox, right? Okay, so we train as many as these we can, prioritize them, and deploy them. And I want to see if this number will go up. Ideally, I want 24 forest boys ready for the war. Let's see if we can do that. So you're probably wondering, why Britain? I know you're from the UK, Dave, so you're obviously playing your home. But it's not that, okay? Britain is very special because they have the Special Air Service, SAS, which unlocks you the genius David Stirling Special Forces boyo, which gives you the ability to have a big attack bonus for special forces. Very good, very special, much forces. Deploy those divisions and still I'm not able to train more. Train more? Okay, I can get 1 more now. So I think this is still doable. But what I have to do is keep making this division bigger, which sucks because it feels like a bit of waste of army XP. Unfortunately, the old trick to master this was to switch to mass assault and unlock the bayonet strength. But you can see locked behind mass assault. And it allows you to make 3 infantry divisions. You could also do it with a horse, couldn't you? Oh. I feel like the horse was the meta there, actually. We're learning as we go. Remember, this expansion's not been out very long. So as I make mistakes, you guys can be like, oh, Dave, I'm going to do it better. And you get to berate my comment section by saying, I one up to YouTuber. And then I cry. What about my feelings? The reason why we're banking naval XP, I was about to say water XP, I think I'm playing like a Pokemon game here, is so we can unlock Marines. And I realize that's something we need to be researching. Extend the infantry further. I think what they've actually done is they've like severely nerfed the multiplier to how many of these you get. And I think it has to be forces in the field as well. So can we say request garrisons? Oh, I remember you can't request garrison manpower anymore because it's now locked behind your factions. You need to unlock... Is it this one? Request garrison. There is no manpower to make use of. Contribution of manpower to the pool. There is no manpower to make use of. So what it's basically saying is no one's contributed and we're not contributed. I guess everyone has to contribute evenly. Special air service. Here we go. We're getting double political power by not selecting a focus. We get to go for a little bit of extra manpower. And finally, we can go for David Stirling, the extra commando bonus. It's not a percentage to increase the cap, though. It's only plus 10, which is not that great. Percentage would be better for me in this circumstance. It does look like Paradox has made this a lot harder than they used to. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. Airborne Special Forces. And this allows you to unlock a new branch. You can unlock 2 extra branches. Now, I'm not aware of a country that lets you unlock 4 branches. I even tested this with Germany. Germany has 2 focuses allow you to unlock 2 branches. When you've done the first focus, the other one changes its description, so you can't do both. So as far as I'm aware, there is no nation that has the option to do 4 branches. You have to pick 1, 2, or 3. The reason why I count that is because every nation has the ability to select 2, but there are a certain bunch of nations that can pick 3 based upon their national focuses. Oh, there we can go. We're getting another 4 now. Okay, we're getting some good numbers now. The only issue is now we need a lot more guns. Oh, the Sten machine gun. You know, this reminds me of SAS. It just makes me think of the typical weapon that an SAS soldier would carry, you know, because it's super lightweight and prone to jamming. So British, so proud, so patriotic. I think this focus here is a homage to the Sten. Did the Birmingham Small Arms Company make the Sten? And the idea was that instead of going heavy on quality control, it was more about mass production of this easy-to-assemble gun. Because the plans for Stens were sent out to like resistance fighters in Poland and France, because you can assemble a Sten with just random parts like pieces of pipe and whatnot. Okay, so now I've put it on 5% manpower contribution. Are my other members of my faction going to contribute too? Come on, contribute. Come on. Let me just test this out. So if I was to change this to a very small division now, the cavalry, it would disable a bunch of these because now we're not making a proportional special forces. But then if I switch to the big one again, it also switches out. Okay, so it is working as intended, but I am kind of fudging the system a little bit with the numbers that I'm allocating, because to be honest with you, my armed forces aren't really 1.2 million. I've just artificially made it big by making a very big infantry template. 40 width. 40 width. What meta is that? Actually, that was the meta about 2 years ago. 40 width. Okay, we've got an extra special forces branch now, so we can go for Marines. Yes. To be fair with you, we probably want to go for the Rangers cap, because look, if you see closely, what it does there is it reduces the special forces cap by 10%, which allows us to make... No, actually, no more. But it says 1. Oh, there we go. No, we got 1 more. There we go. There's 1 more, yes. We have Radio 2. Do you know what that means? Hey, it's FeedBackGaming's meta. Now you select the proximity views when I get the breakthrough anyway. Soon. Marines are done, so we are going to go for Marines. There are a new bunch of spirits now for the Navy that I've not read about. Naval research pay plus 20% extra ship recovery rate. I don't even know what ship recovery rate even is. Mine effectiveness. Interesting. Scouting force. That's really good. Anti-aircraft curtains. The Navy's so far behind on inventing curtains. With the invention of curtains, the average sailor gets 10% better quality sleep. This increased the contribution only for Marines, though, so it's not really what we want, but we're working our way down to this one. Blowtorch and the corkscrew. Ooh, man. Sounds like a metal band. And, yeah, plus 10% extra attack for your pioneers and also for all other special forces. I always forget pioneers. How do they compare to regular ones? Let me have a look. So, switch this from pioneers. You're basically gaining river attack bonuses and marsh attack bonuses. Where, so does engineers, but they're a little bit heavier on the stats otherwise. I mean, they're both good. Recon tank versus recon rangers. Let's have a look at the numbers. You're losing a little bit of speed because tanks are faster. Makes sense. And you're getting bonuses for certain terrain types. Oh, that's such a shame because you can't pair recon rangers with a tank division. That's the only light tank recon there is. Oh, that's such a shame. And they're making medium tank recon. Paradox, come on. Anyway, the way you glitch this, make the entire army super small. Very, very small. We'll deploy... Do we deploy the Marines? Actually, we have to make the army bigger again so I can train the Marines. Sorry, not the Marines, the horses. We'll train like 200 of those. This is the exploit how I used to do it. Okay, so this is the proper way of doing it. Now you make the horse super small. Then you can train out and spit out the 171 horse battalions. Listen, I get this. This is a little bit slow to begin with, but there's a big build up to this. We get all the stats maxed out for the special forces. They will hit really hard. Then you deploy the horse and convert the entirety of the 231 divisions to very, very, very large infantry battalions. Boom! And now we can train another 16? 18. There we go. And that's a full army size. So I actually feel kind of positive about that. Then when you've trained them partially, you can deploy them. Wait, hang on. Oh, I can train way more. Only issue is we're very low on manpower. So the way you get around this is you switch them back again so they're super small. I gain the manpower back, give it a day or so, then switch them to the big one so you can deploy them. And then the manpower gets filtered to the ranger divisions. Perfect. So, yeah, the old exploits. They still work. They check out. It's an old exploit, but still checks out. Sub-doctrines, we go for convoy escort. And that's pretty much it. To be fair, our navy is so massive, we can just focus on more defensive duties. We don't really care about, I don't know, most of the other stuff. And that's it. That's my full allocation, right? Yeah, I can't train anymore. That means everyone can go back to being a horse. And now we have a full, pretty much 2 armies worth of Marines under Mr. Montgomery. Everyone else can just be relegated to over there. This is a tough one because it doesn't really matter what advisors I go for. I guess I just go for raw stats, I suppose. We are focusing very heavily on attack. And I think this is the only time we could be vulnerable. It's when we're on the defense. Because if you look, all the modifiers are about stacking attack. Leading up, Stirling, it's plus 15% extra attack. And if you look at the modifiers under special forces too, look, here we go again, extra attack. They don't give you much for defense. So that's probably one of the biggest advantages of special forces. They are kind of an offensive division, which, if you think about it, makes sense, doesn't it? The next branch we need to unlock is either going to be paratroopers or it's going to be Marines. Mountaineers are probably going to be the way forward because you can stack recon rangers. Recon rangers are in here, and they're also on here too. You can double recon ranger, gaining bonuses for either forests, jungle, those two, or you could either go for snow bonuses or mountain bonuses. Personally, I think mountains and forests is the way forward because those modifiers have the more terrains that are more frequent throughout Europe. You got the terrain map mode. This is a map mode I barely ever touch. You can see here forests are the green ones. And mountains are they're kind of a green as well, aren't they? Like a light green. The colors kind of clash with the countries. They're always a little bit different. It's a little bit hard to read this map mode. Engineers and logistics. Any equipment needed? Yeah, I'm aware these armies are a little bit overstacked, but just a little bit won't make a big difference. Do we double down on the attack? Yeah, bold attack. Logistical focus is a no-brainer as well. What I was saying earlier was completely and utterly wrong. I am a dum-dum. What am I talking about? Of course there's a support company that has armor. It's the flame tank. Badum-tsh. In that circumstance, this will be replaced with recon rangers. Alright, what's the plan? Is it a classic? Yeah, FeedBackGaming classic. Bop, 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 bop. And railway across. Historical game. Logistically, this would be a nightmare what I'm doing right now. Building ports and railways through the desert in these regions. There should be some kind of terrain modifier. You know, like if it's building in a desert, there should like be extra costs for that. You know what I mean? You know, like there's a limited amount of forts you can build in a mountain. I feel like there should be a limited amount of, I don't know, construction penalties building in deserts. Don't you think? No? No? Oh, yes, no. Dave, why are you railroading the game? Don't you like fun? You know me, guys. Happy medium is what I want. Dave, have you tried not being such a centrist? I tried. So the focus of research now is pretty obvious. Get those passive bonuses up. Stats, stats, stats. Do you guarantee Polish sovereignty? I do. Proximity fuse. You know why I go for that. I have a suspicion here, guys, that these modifiers I'm about to stack and push with are going to be eye-wateringly devastating. The amount of tack that I can stack here is going to be huge. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough army XP to be able to pull this off right this second. So I'm going to have to milk this as hard as I can. So, attaché into China? Don't be afraid to select your sub-doctrines too quickly. Now, it is worthwhile selecting them because you do gain more mastery. But if you don't worry about it, because a portion of that will be saved as your mastery bonus. So when you do select it, it'll automatically gain the milestones depending on how much XP you've already got. Well, mastery points, shall we say. Poland, no! We take Polish sovereignty very seriously over here, okay? Polish fan? Fan. What? There'll be 1 and 1. Okay. I'm not going to use the one fan trick for this one. Polish fans, I appreciate you. I respect you. Pink Poland is in my heart, okay? Especially the big Poland from World War II as well. Join the war. Gonna put the boyos on aggressive, and the minute the Italians join the war, wow, they're gonna regret it. In the meantime, sell guns on the market. I'll buy that at a high price. Man, there's so many variants. 1, 2, 3. Sell, high price. Sell, buy. When the war kicks off and more guns are needed for deployed divisions, the demand for it goes up. However, if all guns are a high price, you will be deprioritized to when people do actually select them. So the cheap ones will need to be clear on the market first before the more expensive ones are acquired. Does that make sense? Trying to take out my convoys, eh? Probably could do with more advanced radar. Up the spotting chance. Magical naval button. Press it. Boom. Beautifully even task forces. And now they'll be on patrol to detect the subs. Air Force giving an extra patrol boost. Plus Strike Force if they need to come out of port to engage a big German death stack. And now we're just waiting for the Italians. So the modifiers we care the most about are going to be at the bottom here for the extra attack. So left side for woods. Then we go the forest guerrillas. The left side for more forest bonuses. Urban. And then finally the right side for special forces attack. Alternatively, we could get the 10% extra soft attack and breakthrough as well. Because at the end of the day, we're not really bonusing, giving the bonuses for other special forces. We could just focus on our own, can't we? That is actually an interesting choice. Is the flat modifier worth it? Or is it actually going for the soft attack and breakthrough worth it? Now we're actively going to be involved at war, proper battle, and we're going to gain more army XP. And because of that, we'll be able to rush the doctrine. So the initial part of the war, we're not going to have all the modifier stackings, which makes me a little bit sad. But we'll get there, okay? Another year of game time, and I think we'll be there. Being that we've maxed out our armed forces at its current phase, I kind of feel like we've overbuilt guns a little bit. I guess we make another 200 of these, and then we can make like 4 or 5 extra army groups when we do the trick again. Sure. Oh no, they're invading the lowlands. Anyway, I'm seeing a slightly underperforming Germany here. I'm trying not to intervene with Norway or the lowlands here, but they're still struggling a little bit. Popular question is, why don't you up the sliders for Germany? Well, it's a catch-22 because it does make Germany more aggressive. However, it also makes the America do kind of suicidal attacks, which can make the game a lot easier because they'll just burn all the manpower and equipment out. Once again, it's pros and cons. Never mind. Right on schedule. Oh, and here we go. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I blinked and I missed it. Through the bottom. What kind of damage are we dealing here? Let's have a look. Oh, Christ. Here we go. 644 soft attack. No, I know. You've probably seen 1,200 times before. But remember, this is early game. We're only at 940 right now. This number can go a lot higher. Sky's the limit. Let's go. And this is wrapping up in Africa at record pace. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Right click on Belgrade. Nice. How many divisions we got here? 50,000, another 50,000. So we probably talked out about 200k in Italy. Let's find out when we get all the numbers. And here, wipe. Check out the casualties, Dave. Italy. I was off. Okay, I was off by quite a big margin actually. It wasn't 400k, it was 300k. But what about Africa? Said Band-Aid. I'm coming. Oh yeah, and don't forget the tech upgrades. It's kind of confusing. The doctrine upgrades and the tech upgrades, they kind of feel like they overlap, but they're like different usage. But anyway, this gives an extra bonus. So click it. And this is part of the focus tree where you realize, hang on, the UK focus tree feels kind of lacking. It feels like it needs another rework. Another one? Hey, boys are back in town. Bum, ba, ba, bum. Do-lo-do, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do. I have contributed 50,000 and we have taken 47,000. That's tooltip is Not very clear. Number of manpower required to maintain occupational is 69. Nice. And the total manpower in the pool is 47. I can't take it. This system's a little bit more confusing than I remember it. Anyway, let's share our doctrines. And at the same time, I guess we can work towards more bonuses. 2 more, and then we're done with the range. Then we can work on the mountaineers. Then we can work on the standard doctrines. At the same time, why not make a flame tank as well? Make it very basic to begin with. And what you do then is you initially get them on the divisions. And then you can start upgrading them to versions that have got like good armor and whatnot. Oh no! They struck the facility in Sussex. They did actually damage it. You shift it to the top, you can repair it, but the repairs take quite a long time for facilities. And this will not be completed until August, so a few months out. It's kind of worth it, actually. The problem is knowing what special experimental weapon they're working on. If they're working on something like nukes or something, it's like, well, okay, that's important. We knock that out, you know? Well, no lie, I am very impressed with Rangers, but remember, I'm modifier stacking at the moment. Special Forces were always OP, and they weren't really meant to be in a way like this, where I'm kind of making more than I really should. So this is OP stacked with OP stacked with OP. It's many layers. It's the onion of OP. If you've reached this part of the video, why don't you comment below the onion of OP? And everyone who doesn't reach this point of the video will be very, very confused what is actually happening. So teach the non-believers to watch the whole video, and then they'll understand, right? No, I'm actually blown away, actually. This is way more OP than I thought it was going to be. I'm very excited to select my sub-doctrines, because this is just going to get even more OP. Remember, I've not gone down the whole path for Rangers. I've not even done Mountaineers yet, which adds more stats on. And I've not even done my sub-doctrines yet, but look what's happening! Italian presence in Africa is gone. I hate to do this, because I feel like it ends the war in China way too quickly. Do we send them a bunch of guns? In the past, you couldn't do this because they'd be cut off, but I think you can move them to a land route now. Okay, do that. Air doctrines, max, so let's select one. I feel like maxing these out is becoming a lot more easy than it used to be. Are we going to go for close air support? In the past, I used to click these and autopilot them and not really pay much attention. So these 3 here are anti-ship. These ones are all ground. Oh, this one's naval as well. So these only the top 2 ones are just ground-based ones. This one's the better one because it's got more air damage. Okay. But I could... Oh, you know what's funny? I've got so much XP now, I could just max all these 3 out. Home defense. I mean, we are doing defense, I guess. Medium aircraft, something I really don't care about. Air reconnaissance, I guess. Heavy aircraft. Multi-role. Nighttime strategic bombing penalty. Carpet bombing. Yes. I am also a carpet specialist. We proved it now with the sub-doctrine. It is time. I think we removed the artillery here because we're only losing 20 soft attack. And then we replace that with the flame tank. This is going to consume a lot of fuel. But luckily, we've gone for the right doctrine for that. We've got logistics reducing the supply. And we've also got logistical focus reducing also the fuel consumption. I said supply, I meant fuel consumption. Fuel. Secure Iraq? Yeah, because eventually they will attack us and it's a little bit frustrating. So let's nip that one in the bud. Oh, and also Greece. Yeah, I don't think we need that many divisions to take care of Iraq. One army here. Probably should bring my navy over and then split. All right, let's test them out against a real opponent. Italy, again. In some planning bonus, max planning we can get is 53%. That's quite impressive. 3, 2, and 1, and off we go. Close down Albania before they connect with the north. No. No. Okay, well, we tried there. Whoa, where do you think you're going, sir? Sir! Oh my goodness, they're holding the ground pretty good. No way. 1,268 defense? That doesn't seem right. Just remember, we're not stacking defense, but it's there, and I can see it, so it's real. Infantry expert won't help you because it only applies to infantry. These aren't infantry, they're special forces. So do ambusher, get the entrenchment, why not? Okay, exploit time. If you have command power, which you will, you can press this little command power button and do joint exercises. One with Poland, one with Norway, and then we've run out of command power. Until tomorrow when we can do special exercises. And you just get a bunch of XP for free out of nowhere, which is just insane. And the amount you get is just a little bit too large. That's my honest take. I think it's a bit too much, but yeah, there you go. Finish it. And of course, the bottom decision is a tough one because I do think the left one is superior when it comes down to overall stats. But I'm going to stick with the big special forces bonuses. Now, there is another decision we can click that allows us to get an extra branch of special forces, but I can't see it yet. And I think it may be because maybe our war support isn't right. Or maybe the date hasn't progressed enough. It's a decision that pops up that allows you to expand your special forces. Yeah, and I can't see it. Blockade Venezuela. No, that's not it. No, it's not popped up yet, but it's something like joint expansion of special forces, and it's not available just yet. And with that, that'll allow us to expand into mountaineers. So with the extra XP we've got right now, we might as well open a branch. So what's the question is, what is special forces going to be? It would probably be individual excellence. Leg infantry is applicable for special forces. And I don't think any of the others. I guess supply reduction, extra reliability is kind of cool. Enhances a lot of your support companies. Unlocks bonuses, but specifically only for infantry. It's funny because there isn't one that's tailored to special forces. Yeah, there isn't one. This is a tough one, guys, because a lot of these don't jump out to me. Not all of them are very significant. I guess assault infantry. Extra bonuses for helicopters. I feel like if I'm going to roleplay, I suppose individual excellence is the one. It doesn't feel like the best one, though. So initially, we get field boss bill unlock, helicopter brigade unlock. And I suppose we reduce supply for leg infantry. And technically, special forces are leg infantry. If you go into research and into one of the passive bonus, you can see leg infantry, and hover over it. It gives you a breakdown of what is classed as leg infantry, and you can see Rangers is there. The little tree. All right, declare on Iraq. Come on, guys. Oh, we have to. Oh no, we have to bring these puppets into the war as well. I forget this is a thing now. No, you're not going to join the war. Okay, we'll just call to arms for everyone. Maybe one of them will be on the list. Yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at the damage we're dealing. Oh, almost like 700 soft attack. Yeah. Oh, the difference is so huge. Advanced flamethrower. At this point, we've got so many flamers now. We can think about stat stacking. So we can start jacking up the armor now. It's okay. It's not amazing. Look at that girthy Q8. Any Q8s in the chat? My one Q80 fan. Are you proud of my big Q8 that I've made? It's the reason I'm not at war with Bulgaria. I think I could make a proper front line here. Ooh, that's bad. Let's take care of that. I realize this is the first time playing Brett, and I've come nowhere near my coal cap. I guess even if I did have coal problems, I just import it and fix them from importing from America, I guess. I never feel like I'm at the limit, even though my industry feels incredibly girthy right now. All right. Whoosh. Bulgaria could join the war at any moment. So what I'm going to do is just a bit of an insurance policy. Just make a full battle line right there and put a few divisions. Not many, just a few. You have command power. Command power comes great responsibility. And with that, you'll do more joint training. Oh, but you can't. You need more legitimacy. Well, legitimacy is the factor there. Well, that's your responsibility to get your legitimacy up. Okay, but if I did have the legitimacy, I would have done the joint exercises. All right, they finally joined, okay. And they're actually naval invader behind me, so that's actually caused me a bit of a problem. Once again, I'm so confident in the strength of these divisions. I just feel like I can push the Italians back out of Albania. That's insane. How many divisions? Oh, they all just disappeared. There was a lot there. Okay. Coordinated. Front line. Here we go. Off you go. At the same time, all of you guys convert to big infantry. How many Rangers can we make? All of them. And we're holding. Insane. Okay, the stats here are not as favorable. It's because the terrain is so bad. If we had Mountaineers right now, we could combine some of our bonus for recon Rangers. But once again, that decision's still not there. I have a feeling that I may have denied myself access to it. Field engineering. Engineers gain some insane bonuses, but they don't apply to special forces variants. I'm gonna admit, I feel like the artillery branch is probably the weakest one. The best one is operations and infantry. Org, breakthrough, desperate defense. Which I actually kind of need because I have no manpower right now, but it's because I'm doing the funky exploit trick. Extra planning for infiltration tactics, reducing supply, night attack. That's actually really good. That's the old-fashioned Grand Battleplan. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd have to put these doctrines all side by side to see which ones are the most applicable. But it's really hard to tell them apart from putting them side by side. I think it's going to be infiltration tactics. That's the one downside of special forces. It feels like a lot of the modifiers, particularly in doctrines, don't benefit you. So you start to question like, well, am I just better off going with basic infantry? Which kind of feels like it takes away some of the special feel of what special forces even are. Helicopters, why not, right? We've got this far. Deploy as many Rangers as we can. Deploy the rest. Change back to the horse. And now we have an additional 42 Rangers, all fresh and ready to be put on the battlefield. Well, I say fresh. They need to be exercised to level 3, but soon. Next one, armor. Are there any other bonuses for flame tanks? And the survey says... There is one, though. There's streamlined deployment. It says tanks and tank variants. There's a chance that might include flame tanks. So why not? I don't think we're going to get any more Rangers. So I'm going to delete the big stack of horses, balance out the gun production, and then go from there. Curious to see if I could make a push here, what would happen. Okay, I'd say 2/3 of them are showing as green bubbles. That's a win. Oh, and there's a big opportunity for a push here. Can we break this? No, but we broke the lower one. Hey, it's worth it. We're getting encirclement. Mountain boys for the win. Oh, these are not mountain boys. These are forest boys. You know, I was on the fence when they added this to the game. I thought this would kind of be a little bit of a chocolate fire guard. After playing with them, I feel like it does fit with the game. And it does synergize with the existing mechanics. So I think I've been converted. Okay, this is the first time I've sent guns to China and it's not benefited them. Oh, hang on, wait, no. They've not received any. It's a classic issue is that there's meant to be connections through here and through here, but the game doesn't understand Lend-Lease. The Lend-Lease is bust. Old memes, eh? And then they invade behind me. Proximity views. Hey, Dave, where does this lead? What's it all about? Why do you go for that one? Welcome to my channel. You must be new here. The downside of special forces, they exercise really, really slowly. On this day, Japan attacked the United States of America. Betrayal. Oh, the guns actually went through now. So the war in China may start to falter. The Japanese, of course. Oh, well, there's the helicopter sub-doctrine. Helicopter gains extra org, just benefits all their existing stats. Yeah, why not? Hang on a second. It says it gives extra research bonus for helicopters. Oh, of course. The existing text. Of course. Yeah. 50%. There you go. If I do that again, now I get it back. Ah, there we go. All right, the boys are here. Let's not be shy. Just focus on attack. I think with as many divisions, I think this, if I pushed here, it would be the end of Germany. How anticlimactic. Hey, listen, I gave Germany a chance, okay? They had multiple chances. They had 4 or 5 thrice chances. Push. And here we go. Initially, about 2/3 are looking good. Only the ones that are struggling, the ones that haven't got enough combat width and probably are pushing into bad terrain types. Initially last standing, really bad for Italy because we have a stats advantage, so we're just going to be tearing through their divisions there. Equipment and manpower losses are going to be coming left, right, and center. I realize I'm very low on support equipment. That's okay. That's all right. We'll catch up. And that is a Bulgaria that's in a very bad way. That is a break. That's a spicy break. Big push. Oh my goodness. And that initial break, a little bit slow to begin with, breaking the entrenchment, last standing, a little bit difficult to get through. And then just look at this. Oh, it's like a knife through butter. You guys commenting butter in the chat. Once again, everyone will be very confused, but you'll know because you watched the video. Good lad. Not a lot left of Bulgaria. Could do a slice to the north there. What kind of stats are we doing at the moment? It's pretty good. And once again, just based on the terrain differences, that's the only factor that's affecting the raw damage. Once again, if you're losing 50% of your attack because you're attacking a mountain, I would explain why your attack is somewhat lacking. That's the end of Romania and Hungary and Croatia and Hungary. Oh, Hungary again. The American Commonwealth. Is there a focus to make the Americans join the Allies? Or do they form this faction when I don't invite them to the Allies? Well, you know, I'm learning new things about the DLC, boys. Let me know. I don't know. Been hearing a rumor that you guys like exploits. Okay, I'll tell you another one. So if you build factories inside of your Dominion nation, you can lower their autonomy. But because they're a Dominion and there's 2 higher autonomy, you can't do that. But you can build other structures, such as supply depots. And look, oh, here we go. Supply depots. If you look really closely at the subjects here, you can see Canada, and their autonomy is ticking down because you're building inside of them. Even if it's something that really doesn't help them, and it is just spam, but you reduce their autonomy severely. Also, look who's here. The helicopter transports. Extra movement speed. That's interesting. If you could go for some kind of movement special forces, that would be really OP, wouldn't it? As long as you're faster than the enemy infantry, which technically you need a 50% attack speed over there, so you have to be at least 6 kilometers per hour, so it wouldn't really help you. But I suppose it's kind of good for gobbling up free land. Anyway, regardless, get that supply down. Also, extra attack for assault engineer companies. The level of stats that I'm stacking now is just eye-watering. In other news, though, I still don't have the option to expand my Special Forces branch. I think it's glitched. I'm almost certain it's under political actions. Someone in the comments, let me know. Have I missed it? Am I being a dum-dum? Let me know. Here's me, all prepared to do a naval invasion and do a D-Day. Who knew the soft underbelly of Germany wasn't Italy all along? It wasn't the beachhead of the Atlantic. It was the soft underbelly of the Balkans. The Balkans are always the problem, isn't it? You know, let's be real with you. Would the world be better without the Balkans? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Please no ban. So I kind of feel like you can only actually go for 2 branches. Maybe I was wrong here, guys. So once you've already got your extended branch, you can't go for another one. Because I have a feeling if you've already gone for the decision, this one will disappear. See that +1 Special Forces branch? So it literally is exclusive to if you haven't had it, you know? You can't have it twice. Oh, that makes me sad. Can you make a Special Forces enhanced nation? That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? No. Meanwhile, doctrines. How we doing? Infantry we've maxed out. Air cavalry. Almost. Operations is there. And plus, not only do you gain the bonus for the sub-doctrine, you also gain the milestone. And +5 entrenchment. Extra coordination. My dream to get rid of Germany, and it's gone. Well, there's the lowland puppets that still exist. Oh, surely they would have surrendered. Vichy France instantly gets eaten by France. I've never seen that before, but that's really smart by the devs because it's taken into account their existence. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of like an interesting, like, if Germany doesn't exist, then Vichy France shouldn't exist either. I suppose it should apply to the puppets as well, shouldn't it? Some interesting colonial ambitions I could go for now, right? Yes. Norway's existence. I'm not happy about that. I announce to you the weirdest of borders. So Britain's like, oh, we've done with our colonies. You know, colonialism is just like the thing of the past, you know. We don't do colonies anymore. But instead, we do a strange system of Italian puppet imperialism. Got a bit of a ring to it. I kind of like that. Boom. East versus West. Declare war on communism. I've kind of given away the secret objective here, haven't I? Lads, come on. Get to the front. Planning bonus. Let's do this. Dos. Tres. I don't know why I've already got a war goal. Oh, it's something to do with... Okay. See, good. Does it look like to me like there's a change in the war effort here? Ooh, a professional army. China. Only takes a few million dead, and then you can actually fix your armed forces. Many lessons I learned that day. Unthinkable has been activated. I thought about it, okay. Oh my goodness. Just chewing through the front line. Oh, 1,500 defense. Other downside of special forces that just popped into my head is that you naturally migrate onto mechanized, which tends to be superior to special forces. So special forces have got like that raw attack damage. The overall winner at the end of the day is still mechanized. So you end up probably favoring mechanized over a lot of other options. Damn. Set your faces to stone. I'll admit I'm impressed. The beauty of declaring war on the common turn this quickly and this early is that they're always so unprepared. If you let Germany, communist Germany, build up its forces, then you can have more of a fight. But if you just kind of attack them quickly, then they'll probably more than likely not even have an armed forces. The real objective of the campaign was to make the biggest Poland. I told you, Polish fans, I loved you. So you're not getting free spies the way you used to. I think you have to become the spy master. Oh, and then the spies come. Okay, so you have to make... So it's basically a faction locked behind mechanic. Okay, we're learning the new games, boys. Brand new game experience. Been invited to the uranium program in the Congo. I see. Don't look for the word fascism or communism. Look for the word... Well, the removing of the name of a nation. That implies there is going to be some kind of takeover happening. No longer Canada, it's just British North America. So, the option might be bugged, or it might be that you can only select 2 branches. But in an ideal perfect world, the 2 branches that are most important to you are going to be Mountaineers and Rangers. But the game doesn't even give me the ability to undo a path. So, I guess I love Marines now. Feels like Stockholm Syndrome. I don't think I've ever done an invasion of the Soviet Union this easy, even when I'm playing as Germany. Tree Boys, new meta. It was a lot more difficult without collaboration governments. I've been spoiled. 3, 2, 1. Pop. Also, my goal was to make a bigger Poland, and I've kind of ended up with the smaller borders than what they had to begin with. Krakow, for some reason, is... I didn't have the option to take Krakow. I don't even say it's a core of Poland. They were in the war with me. Every day that goes by, guys, I don't understand peace conferences. It feels like with every new DLC, the peace conferences break. The Soviet Union still exists. And Stalin still exists. Special forces. They're special. And it does appear that they are code-locked for 2 branches. But there are probably mods out there, Road 56, that actually unlock 2 branches. Maybe even 3 branches. Maybe even 4. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Name's on screen right now. You are a legend. You're amazing. You are keeping the channel alive. Honestly, if your name is on screen right now, you're the reason content still gets made on this channel. If these guys didn't exist, this channel would not exist. Thanks, guys. Honestly, I appreciate that. Thank you. Adios.